name is Kate McMahon, and thank you so much for joining us today for What's Happening. And I'd like to introduce our guests. We have Shawn Delude, President of Nauset Disposal.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Boulé, and she's the Marketing Manager at Nauset Disposal.
Yes, Marketing and Community Investment.
Awesome, thank you. And Brit Beedenbender, and she is the Development Officer for Community Development. Thank you for your help. And Sue Nickerson from the Center for Coastal Studies. These two are beneficiaries of Trash Bash, which Shawn is going to tell us a little bit about.
Trash Bash, very exciting. I also want to thank you all for joining us as well. It's good to see you guys. It's been a little while. Trash Bash is just a wonderful party that we had come up with about 19 years ago, pretty close to after I started my business. As many know, Nauset Disposal is a local company here, and we're a trash recycling company. We service most of the Cape, and we have a strong feel and purpose to be involved in the community and to get engaged in organizations and programs that are supporting our local community. And Trash Bash was originally a party that we had sort of put together kind of impromptu. It was sort of a barbecue and a bonfire, and we had a one-man band show up, and it was kind of a thank you to our customers. And at the time when we first did it, we didn't have many customers. And I think we might have had 30 or 40 people show up to the first get-together we had. And at that time, we didn't even know it was going to be the Trash Bash. And then as the year went on, after that, there was many stories to be told and good times talked about, and all of a sudden another year had passed and people were wondering when the next Trash Bash was going to be. So we started noticing a trend of it becoming more of a local sort of a pride thing, people getting together with a company such as Nauset Disposal that was trying to do good for the community, and we were getting support from our customers. And there was a lot of interest, and it started developing into more of a, not just a party, but more of a communal kind of a program where we all recognized that everyone was trying to do the same thing and support local business and the community and the different programs that exist within that. It really started taking off. The barbecues got bigger, the fire got bigger. We introduced dunk tanks over the years, and then we started realizing that there was something more to it than being just a thank you to our customers. That there was an opportunity for us to carry on our mission statement, which is not only to provide excellent service as a company to our customers, but it's to really entrench ourselves in the community and also the environment as well. And we came up with the concept of taking on some beneficiaries for this program that we're putting on, and we started collecting funds that we were able to now contribute towards these programs. And it was really a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and well received in the community. So
that's great. Glad to hear it. And I was remiss when I introduced you with your title, with Community Investment Manager, because that really does show the community how vested Shawn and Nauset Disposal are in investing in local nonprofits.
Oh, I think so. I mean, part of my job is to work with the nonprofits on the Cape and figure out how we can work together and what we can do for them to help, aside from the marketing and also Trash Bash coordinator. So yeah, I mean, I think it definitely shows how vested in the community Nauset Disposal and Shawn individually are.
Totally agree. So can you share with us a little bit about the organizations that will benefit this year?
Absolutely. So obviously we have the Center for Coastal Studies and the Community Development Partnership. We also have Cape Cod Cares for the Troops. We have Cape Cod Child Development. We have We Can this year as a first-year beneficiary, Wild Care, and then attendees who come to Trash Bash bring non-perishable food donations benefiting the Lower Cape Outreach Council.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a great group of beneficiaries we have.
Yeah. So should we chat a little bit with Brit and Susan and your involvement either in the past with Trash Bash or what you see this program, this initiative will help you with, your organization with going forward?
Thank you so much, and it's good to see you both here, and thanks for inviting us to join you. So I work with the Community Development Partnership, and we focus on two primary areas, and that is working on affordable housing and economic development on the Lower Cape. So we serve, let's say, from Brewster and Harwich to Provincetown. And I think this partnership with Nauset and the Trash Bash is particularly interesting because you have a local business, and that's one of the primary areas that we focus on with our work, is nurturing, helping local business people that have an idea for a business or want to grow their business. And what we offer are mentoring services, workshops, microloans, technical assistance grants. So the idea is that, you know, if someone like Shawn 19 years ago had come to us and said, listen, I've got this great idea for this business, but I don't know how to put together a business plan, or I've started to grow and I need to make a capital investment, we're that partner for those local businesses. So we're all about local economic development. And so I think this partnership with Nauset is a particularly good fit because those are the partners that we're looking for. And then of course we work on affordable housing too, which as a local business owner, Nauset can certainly appreciate that interconnectedness between the need for affordable housing and your workforce and sustaining a business on the Lower Cape.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Susan?
Well, we are very delighted to be part of Trash Bash again this year, so thank you. And I also would like to thank Shawn for being on our board of directors at the Center for Coastal Studies and his leadership in the Right Whale Emergency Initiative. And I would say by background, first of all, that the Center for Coastal Studies is involved in a pretty broad range of marine environmental and coastal resource management issues, one of which involves whales, but I briefly want to say that we're also very involved in coastal water quality monitoring to help towns make sure that their bays and estuaries are healthy. We have a lot of seal research going on, and as people know nowadays, seals and sharks are integrally linked, so we're trying to monitor seal populations, what they're eating, where they're moving, how they're affecting the coastal environment. We have a fisheries management program, we have a coastal geology program, and one of our primary focus areas right now is with mapping storm tide pathways so towns can understand during extreme storm events, which are out there now, as we know, where those inundation areas might be in the coastal area. But with regard to whales, we are delighted to have the leadership of the Nauset Disposal and Shawn with something called the Right Whale Emergency Initiative. And as people might be aware, last year we had devastating losses of right whales. There were 18 deaths that were documented, some locally, some up in the Bay of Fundy. And for a population of only 450 individuals, losing that many is chilling to think of the consequences. So Shawn stepped forward and said, you know, he'd like to take a leadership with creating the Right Whale Emergency Initiative. We're trying to raise on the order of $100,000 or more that would go towards the research efforts that we are involved in right now, which basically means flying tracks over Cape Cod Bay, finding where the whales are starting in December. This is not summertime work, this is wintertime work. Seeing where the whales are located, where they're feeding, where they're moving, so we can better identify where these populations are and how they're moving and how to manage things like ship strikes and entanglements with fishing gear. And broader issues that we don't know as much about right now, including sound in the ocean, which is affecting whale populations throughout the world. So we're just pleased to be able to bring that message to a broader audience and to be a part of the Trash Bash this year. So thank you.
That's great. Amazing missions from both of your organizations.
Thank you.
Great beneficiaries.
We really, I mean, honestly, these two and all the other organizations, we're really lucky to be working with them.
Now, I believe last year I saw somewhere that you raised over $25,000.
That's right. So the 2017 Trash Bash raised a little over $25,000. We had 5 beneficiaries last year, so we've added to that a little bit in hopes to make additional funds this year.
I'm sure you will. Now, I know that this, though Nauset's headquarters are located in Orleans, you draw folks from all over the Cape to attend that, and I think you get a lot of community support from other businesses as well.
We get a ton of community support. Sure. Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of people from Mid-Cape, even as far as Sandwich and Mashpee. We have a lot of our customers come to the event to support us and the nonprofits as well. But our businesses, commercial businesses really step up to the plate. And I mean, the amount of interest in working with us on Trash Bash is just incredible. Over the last couple of years, we've started to introduce corporate sponsorships for Trash Bash, which has helped us kind of increase the amount that we're able to give back to each nonprofit. And it has helped us substantially. We're really lucky. This year we've got Cove Road Real Estate, we have Cape Cod Broadcasting Media, as well as Turtle Rock LLC as our premier sponsors. We're incredibly lucky to have them on board, and a ton of other local businesses that are supporting Trash Bash and all of the nonprofits that are involved.
That's great. Can you remind us if folks want to volunteer to help with Trash Bash, how they should get a hold of you and what opportunities are still available?
Absolutely. So there's a link for the volunteer sign up on our website, www.nausetdisposal.com. I don't think I really need to say www anymore. So nausetdisposal.com, they can find information on Trash Bash. They can find the link to sign up to volunteer. We still have a couple slots available. And with volunteers, they actually only have to sign up for an hour. They come in, they get a really cool shirt, and they get to hang out the rest of the night after they do their shift. So we try to make it worth their while. We also have a link on there for our sponsorships and a link to purchase tickets as well.
That's great. And can you remind us when the event actually is being held?
Friday, October 12th. It'll be at our headquarters in Orleans at Nauset Disposal. And people can purchase tickets online or find out more, nausetdisposal.com.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate it, and I'm sure it'll be a successful event, as it has been in past years.
I hope you'll join us.
Of course. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Brit.
Thanks so much for having us.
And thank you for joining us today for What's Happening. See you next time.